praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Achakadash, double honors to the apostles, elders, the great millstone, the rule and teach well. Peace up, salutation to the 1144 first fruit. So this is going to be a quick update. What's going on in Moscow? So I did a lesson about a month ago showing that over 200 FPV drones actually struck Moscow in a deliberate attack from the Ukrainian government. And it actually was somewhat successful, even though a few of the drones were shot down. I say 200 plus drones. I think in that lesson I did say that there was over 500 drones that were deployed, but a few, not a few, but like over 300 of them got intercepted by either ground force surface-to-air missiles or air defense systems that are located in Moscow, but still 200 of them actually hit their targets and wreaked a lot of havoc in Moscow. This is like the equivalent of like Iran attacking Washington, D.C. on multiple occasions, though. So this is the more recent events that happened on the 19th, 20th, and today, early today, over in Russia from a Ukrainian FPV FP1 UAV. So I'm going to let these two Instagram posts play. This is from Keegan Dunlap on Instagram. He has some pretty good updates about what's going on in other places in war and stuff like that. So if you want to go follow him, I follow him. And he has some good stuff. So let me read Ezekiel 38 in 2 really quickly. It says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all thine clothed, with all such armor, even a great company with bucklers and shield, all of them handling swords. And I'm going to stop it right there, but the main point I want to get at is verse 2, is that the Lord has set his face against Gog, the land of Magog. And when you look into the geography of the ancient land of Magog, it's over there in Russia. So we understand that this prophecy is speaking about who is there at this very moment, and that would be Russia. So let me go ahead and play these real quick.
That Ukraine struck another Wild Berries logistics facility near Moscow on July 19th going into the 20th of 2026 overnight. Ukrainian long-range UAV struck multiple targets in Russia's Moscow Oblast, including the Wild Berries major logistics distribution centers in the Kolodino area near Podolsk, which is just south of Moscow, and it was part of a large-scale raid involving over 400 UAVs, according to Russian officials.
Что, пизда, блядь. Пизда.
According to Ukrainian monitoring channels as well as Russian independent outlets, they reported that FP1 UAVs hit this large logistics hub, which caused fires and thick plumes of black smoke to shoot up into the air. Wild Berries claimed that the complex continued operating after an evacuation, but independent reports indicate that there was significant damage to the facility. Outside of that, there was also some other simultaneous attacks that took place in Moscow, including an oil and fuel depot in Podolsk's Lvovsky district, a massive logistics complex in the Yuzhny Voroda Industrial Park near Domodedovo, a residential building in Domodedovo, and then there were additional fires that were reported across at least 5 different sites in the region. Now, Russian authorities said that they repelled or claimed to have repelled most of the UAVs, with 85 of them approximately down near the capital, but they also acknowledged that there was some localized damage, fires, and some injuries. And again, just in case you missed it from before when we reported on the Wild Berries facility that was hit earlier this weekend, Wild Berries is oftentimes referred to as the Russian Amazon, so it's a massive distribution hub that is used for e-commerce all over Russia. It appears that
And I'm going to play this one here.
Indian attack UAS just struck another major Wild Berries logistics center in Krasnodar on July 22nd of 2026 in the morning. Now, the Krasnodar facility is one of Wild Berries' largest facilities. It's apparently about 150,000 square meters, and it's ranked 4th in the company's network. It was hit overnight, causing a massive fire that sent huge plumes of thick black smoke up into the air, same way that the other Wild Berry facilities have done. They've all caught fire and burned up. Fire still remains intensely burning, with reports reports of it burning out of control are largely engulfing the site. And so far, emergency services, including over 100 firefighters and dozens of vehicles and at least one helicopter, have been responding to it, but the scale is so significant, I don't know how they're going to put this thing out. So far, there's apparently, according to some reports, around 3 to 10 people who were injured as a result of the strike, and employees were evacuated beforehand, but not everybody escaped harm. One death has been reported so far in the wider attacks because they also struck the Armavir oil depot as well. They actually hit 2 separate facilities in the south. They hit the one in Krasnodar and Novinominsk. And the Wildberries founder Tatiana Kim actually confirmed the strikes on both of those southern facilities and expressed support for affected staff. And just in case you missed it in previous videos, for context, Wildberries is considered the Russian Amazon, and it is a massive e-commerce company that distributes items across the entire country.
So you can see the totality of this, and you see the seriousness of this. So this is the second attack. So 2 attacks within 2 days, and they're hitting Wildberries. As you see, that was mentioned at the end of each video. Wildberries is like the Amazon of Russia. So imagine Amazon being hit in America on their different distribution centers in America. See how that takes a toll and affects your daily life from then on out, because people order from Amazon daily, and they're talking about Amazon Prime, getting things next day, things of that nature. That means everything stops. Everything stops. You know what I'm saying? So Ukraine, they're making moves. You know what I'm saying? Over the 4 years, and y'all brothers know on my page, I've done a lot of lessons when it comes to this Ukrainian-Russian war, on the death toll and things of that nature, how much ground Russia has been making, which has been very little, even though they are the country that has made the most ground. But in 4 years, it looks like they've done nothing, which in the case they have done nothing, because now your home capital is getting hit at will at this point. So something is going on. You see what I'm saying? Like a leak has been made, maybe for the Ukrainians to go ahead and make a real striking move. Even like a few months ago, they said they almost conducted a successful attack in taking out Putin at one point. But of course they didn't. But Putin had to even go over to, I think back in 2024 or 2020, end of whatever, 2025, he had to go over to North Korea to get troops, for them to send troops over, which I did a lesson not too long ago about that, how North Korea has sent over about 11,000 troops to go assist in this Ukrainian war. So this is what's going on. This is what's happening. This is just a quick update of what's happening. Just keep an eye on that, because I do believe this is a big part of prophecy to get like I did my lesson, I named it how Russia is bringing in the kings of the East. This is a big way for them to bring them in. So we'll keep an eye on this, and Lord willing, it pops off. All right, shalom.